You're listening to the Raw Reaction on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
Just finished celebrating Martin Luther King Day, reading a lot of Facebook posts, and enjoyed a very good episode of Raw, in my opinion.
I thought it was very good myself. You know what, man? I think there's a lot of great stuff going on. I don't know why WWE decided to wait till 2016 and 2017 to put on such good shows and then mix up the legends and the current people as well as they have. But it's been exciting. And let's just cut the shit, Vic. Let's get right to it. Our first 2017 Hall of Famer. Can you believe it? Kurt Angle is back. Albeit, maybe just for the Hall of Fame, but Kurt Angle is back.
It's true, my friend. How glorious is that? One of the best, if not the best, for WWE history, albeit for a somewhat brief time, will be joining the WWE Hall of Fame. I'm assuming they did not have a protest for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody, if you're voting this 100%, 100% go rate. I mean, Angle's the man. Nobody had an impact in his decade like Kurt Angle did. I mean, he did it all in the 10 years we had him, and he's still to this day one of the most entertaining mic workers in the history of WWE, which is funny because he's unbelievably one of the best technical wrestlers in the history of WWE. He's probably the most complete wrestler WWE's ever had. Arguably, had he played his whole career in WWE, I mean, he probably would have went down as the best ever.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely had some personal issues there leading to his leaving. But yes, this is very excited for this. I had heard rumors earlier in the year that he was going to be coming back to actually wrestle, or at least enter the Royal Rumble or whatever. And you know what? This is awesome. I actually might probably. I've never watched the Hall of Fame. Joe, I might actually watch it to see him get inducted.
I did for the Warrior, but this is a can't miss, and maybe he'll address some of the reasons why he's been gone for so long. But the unfortunate part is I think it all but solidifies the fact that Kurt Angle won't be at the Royal Rumble. But you know what? The Royal Rumble's so freaking loaded this year anyway. I don't think you need to do that anyway. So I like saving him for WrestleMania personally.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I'm not that worried. There's not going to be a shortage of main event players, of future WWE Hall of Famers, of legends going into the Royal Rumble. I mean, putting Kurt Angle in the match. And you know what? Leading up to it, maybe they do put him in something in a match leading up to WrestleMania, or at least have him come in and some promos or work his magic out there. So very cool to see. Now, do you question for you? I have the answer in my head. Does Kurt Angle lead this class in to the Hall of Fame?
100%. 100%.
100? Okay. I'm same boat as you. I think he's definitely one to lead the class in. I was just wondering. I think was it Sting made it last year, and I thought they were talking about putting Daniel Bryan in 1 year. That might get pushed back for another year or two. Daniel Bryan's induction.
Well, I think Daniel Bryan still might get in. I just don't think he'll headline. No way.
That's the thing, though. I mean, it seems like WWE wants to have one big star do it, and I don't know because I think Daniel Bryan could definitely headline a Hall of Fame class. So I think that actually you might have to wait on him for another year.
Yeah, interesting.
No doubt, Hall of Famer. I mean, he could have been last year, this year, or whenever they put him in. It's obviously right, but I don't know. I mean, I think they save him, let him have his own year. So,
yeah, they probably will do that. It is kind of early, and he's still basically active, even though he's not a wrestler, as an on-air personality every week. So, you know what? Good for Kurt Angle. That's pretty awesome. How about Brock Lesnar coming back this week? Wow, did he just destroy everybody in sight?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to go back really quick before we get into this. Did you watch Raw tonight?
Absolutely.
Did you see the commercial for that ride-along show?
I did, but I wasn't paying attention.
Apparently, this new episode is coming out tonight or tomorrow or whenever that they played like 5 clips of. It is James Ellsworth and Daniel Bryan in the same car.
Wow.
How does James Ellsworth get this much rub?
I just don't get it, to be honest with you.
He has Triple H and Stephanie sex video or something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you got a chance to watch that after Raw show that JBL and that guy from the internet did, where they basically just reverse crapped on everybody from that posts in forums and is an internet wrestling fan, but they just basically said, you know what, Ellsworth's entertaining, and you don't have to watch it, and obviously the ratings are reflecting that that's what people want to see, and I was really surprised by that.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I mean, he might not be the driver of ratings, but they're getting ratings. He's had a big impact on it. He's every man's champion.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan myself, but hey, listen, man. To each his own, right? Ellsworth was funny for a while, but I don't necessarily think it's funny anymore.
He's wrestled more WWE main events than you and myself and Killer Deb combined.
Yeah, well, I've seen enough of Ellsworth for a while, but hey, it is what it is. But Lesnar, dude, what did you think?
Dude, this was dominant performance, man. And I sort of like that the fans are hating on him a little bit.
What do you mean? I didn't get that reaction, did you?
I did. I definitely, when he came out, it seemed like it was sort of subdued. I mean, you heard cheers, but it was definitely, it definitely seemed like it was a little bit,
When he came out, though, but once he started wrecking shop, though, everybody went crazy, like they always do.
Well, but at the same time, I mean, you look who you're wrecking shop against. You're wrecking shop against Roman Reigns, who everybody freaking hates, and
he beat up everybody.
Yeah, but I mean, the biggest, he's going to get a pop. I could walk out to the ring and pop Roman Reigns in the face, and I could get a huge pop. So, I mean, it's almost like when we had Rusev battling.
Right.
Where, I mean, you have a good heel in place.
I did not like, so basically the whole premise of this, that scene was who's going to win the Royal Rumble. So, you get your classic everybody in the world comes out. And we find out there's going to be a 6-man match tonight. Rollins, Reigns, Sami Zayn versus Braun Strowman, Jericho, and Owens. But all those guys are out there. I don't understand why Braun Strowman, after getting back up, decided when it was down to just him and Brock Lesnar to actually just back down, like not fight. I didn't like that because that's not Braun Strowman's character.
No, you know what? I actually did like that because I think it builds it up as a monster. Like, you remember in the last couple of years, you remember the Wyatts versus the Shield. They had a similar situation where the Wyatts, they were in the ring, everybody's cheering, this is awesome. And, like, they were about to go at it, like, leading up to WrestleMania, or I think it was WrestleMania when they finally pissed off. But, they jumped ship and bailed. But wait for the time. And
that's kind of their character, though. That's kind of their character, though, buddy. That, they're kind of, like, mind games that you don't know what they're going to do. But Braun Strowman's character is straight on at you. He's going to kick your ass. I just don't think it fits him because I was surprised. I just didn't expect him to do that.
Yeah, but also I think they're trying to also, by him not fighting, I think it helps him get built up as a heel. Now, I don't think he's scared of Brock Lesnar. See, you have the crowd going nuts to do something, and he says, fuck you guys, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to pick my spot, it'll be some other time. Then, I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense because, like, all the fans there, they want to see that go down. They're chanting, like, ready to see it happen. And when it doesn't, they're pissed, and they actually boo Strowman. Because, I mean, Strowman, he definitely gets heel heat, but he doesn't get as much heel heat he doesn't get as much vocal heat as the other wrestlers.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Who do you think's gonna win the Royal Rumble? Like, just after seeing that whole scene today.
Oh shit.
It's wide open, man. I could see anybody winning. I
There's
really.
probably people I could see winning.
What's that?
There's probably 10 people I could see winning.
Oh yeah, I mean Jericho could win, Undertaker could win, Lesnar could win, Goldberg could win, Strowman could win, Rollins could win, Reigns could win. I mean, they really all could win. I think those are 7 winners. I don't know why Sami Zayn was in the ring with any of those guys. He has no chance of winning. And honestly, he's annoying and he's a jobber. How about that?
Wow. You know what? I sort of liked it. I sort of liked having him out there doing that because I feel like they've been wasting his talents. And
why is he feuding with Braun Strowman still? How many times has Braun Strowman got to beat him up?
I don't know. I liked this match. I like him being included because you know what? He can sort of stay on the same team up with the 2/3 of the show whenever needed or whenever like leading up to the main event or something, but also have the opportunity to break ground on your own.
Right. Well, we're gonna get to see all this go down. It should be interesting. You know, another thing that caught me off guard tonight was I didn't realize the club, both Gallows and Anderson, was going to have a tag team title match exactly this week. I mean, I knew they were building it up when they were all doing the mic work on each other's matches, but it did have a feel like there was going to be a title change tonight during the build up of the match, and I was like, Sheamus and Cesaro are going to drop it already, and it seemed like they were going to, and it seemed really weird. So, I watched this match, and Sheamus and Cesaro weren't as crisp as they normally were tonight. In fact, so much so that Sheamus accidentally knocked down the referee. He hit him with a big fist. He thought it was one of the Gallows and Anderson good brothers. Hits the good referee in the process. Knocks him out cold. The Anderson Gallows cleanly get control for the rest of the match. They hit the Magic Killer on Sheamus. Second referee comes out, counts the pin, 1, 2, 3. First referee gets up as the world tag titles are being awarded and waves it off and says it should have been disqualification. Wow. What do you make of that whole segment? Were you surprised? Well, I was, Big Dick. I was absolutely surprised by the whole scene. I didn't even think Gallows and Anderson would get in that position to win the titles. And then not only did they pretty much command the match, they outsmarted Sheamus and Cesaro. They should have won the titles. And they look like faces that got robbed. I don't know really where they're going with it, but they definitely should be the tag champs right now, and they definitely have a claim for a rematch. So we'll definitely see a rematch between those two teams. Any additional thoughts? Killer Kev, did we lose the Big Dick?
Well, I didn't lose my big dick, but
No. He's gone.
He's disappeared.
Just in the middle of the night, he is just I heard a beep. Is that me? Or is that you?
I didn't hear a beep.
Are we ever gonna hear from Big Dick again, or is he just gone?
I don't know. This may be the episode Raw that he's finally officially bailed.
I believe that's what Quintastic did to us many years ago. He just dropped and then said he was going for a pack of cigarettes, and we never heard from him again.
Didn't Bruce Springsteen make a song about that?
Yeah, I think so.
Except instead of cigarettes, I think it was like a wife and kid.
You know, I think tonight, so more so than usual, I'm dumbfounded without Big Dick. I don't know what to do now. Normally I could just carry on, but I don't feel like I can make it without Big Dick.
And that's what many a woman have said.
You're on fire, buddy. You're on fire. Are you going to entertain the people while Big Dick tries to get back in?
And many a people with a big dick have said, I'm on fire. But no, it's just gonorrhea.
Oh boy. Let me ask you a question. How do you explain the Funko Pop craze?
I don't. I have no idea where it came from. I mean, funniest thing, my familiarity with it, came with my job a couple of years ago. I was working for a company where I stocked trading card supplies and stuff in like Walmarts and places like that. And then all of a sudden, I start seeing all these little creepy little dolls pop up, and I don't understand it. People go nuts over it.
Are they like the new Beanie Babies?
They're even worse because they come in packaging and you're not allowed to open the package ever.
They're Beanie Babies.
But even worse than that, it comes in packaging that can be destructed, that can get damaged in transit. So then if you're really a collector, you have to buy a special box to put this box that has the item that you're never allowed to touch in.
What is the point of all that?
I don't know.
So you can't touch the item, nor can you damage the box the item's in. So you have to buy a box to the box.
Yes.
Wow.
Because if the box gets damaged with the item inside it, suddenly the item inside it is now worth less.
Worth less or worth less?
It is worth less than what it previously was worth.
So if I open it and I play with it...
Oh, God, don't do that. Don't do that. You might as well kill puppies, man.
I want to get the most rare one and hold a wrestling match with the two most rare ones. And all the collectors will just be sick to their stomach and like vomit. They're all going to be worth $3 someday each.
Yeah, they are.
Well, I don't know what to say, Kev. Big Dick's not here, and you didn't watch Raw, did you?
Nope, didn't watch a bit of it. Well, let's change tracks for a second. Did you watch the UK tournament?
I did not, but I heard it was quite entertaining.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see it either, but yeah, that's what I heard.
What is WWE trying to do with all these different tournaments? Like, I get the cruiserweights, but now what happens to the UK title? Like, okay, so now you have a champ. Now what?
Well, what I hope happens is that WWE starts using it to develop a UK centric brand.
Well, that would be cool if that's what they actually do. But will they do that?
I don't know if they will or not. I think it's a good idea. You know, I mean, because if you really think about it, WWE fans, if they want to watch Raw, they have to get up at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Or 1 o'clock in the morning to watch Raw. And then they got to watch that shit for 3 hours. You know, it's hard enough for us to stay up and do it at 8 o'clock at night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, your ass is exhausted every week if you're a Raw fan. So, you know, what if they had like a 2-hour UK show every week where, say, anywhere between 30 and 45 minutes of the show is highlights from Raw?
Yeah, I think that would work great. I mean, you get the best of both worlds, right? I mean,
exactly.
And the guy who won was 19 years old. Tyler Bate was his name.
Yeah.
Talk about the guy's 19. Like, I couldn't imagine winning. I mean, I don't even know how he learned his craft that quickly at 19. It's fantastic. And then he gets mentioned on Monday Night Raw tonight. I mean, wow. He's had a good weekend.
Yeah, indeed. Over in the UK, you can start training for wrestling like at age 14, and 16 you can start professionally.
Paige might corrupt one of these guys.
I don't know, but isn't that something though? I mean, our teenagers, they might go work in a fast food joint. They might go work at what is it, Old Navy or something. 16-year-olds in UK, they're taking brain busters.
It's unbelievable. Well, it's impressive. It's very impressive. So,
I'm happy to report that I am back and better than ever.
Where were you?
Whoa, that's a ghost!
I was taking care of some personal business.
During the show, dude?
It was personal.
Dude,
unbelievable.
we are cutting off your XTube account during the shows from now on. We're done.
A TorTube?
We were just talking about Paige.
Oh yeah, was she in the British show?
No, I said she could ruin the winner though.
Yeah, that dude looks like an extraordinary gentleman, actually.
Dude, speaking of which, we already talked about Gallows and Anderson getting screwed. Any comments you want to put on that before we get to the extraordinary gentleman? Because I do want to talk about him.
I think they need to put belts on him, but I liked making it a little bit of a chase. So,
I mean, they're supposed to be the heels. They got completely screwed.
It's one of those things where it's going to be. They can't do it. If they did it the way it's usually done, then it makes it it's a story we've heard 100 times before.
I'm just saying though that
A little swerve.
the faces basically got lucky and won, and the heels got cheated. They legit got cheated.
Yeah, no, they definitely did. I'm sure that I have a feeling it's good because they've actually pulled the trigger on giving them the belt, sort of. So I mean, they've opened up and they're seen as a real threat.
Aria Daivari killed Lince Dorado, absolutely annihilated them. And this is like the second week in a row we watched Lince Dorado get destroyed by somebody. Neville crushed him last week too. So Dorado is absolutely the resident jobber of 205 Live, which is fine. I just thought at first he was going to be one of the big guys, but clearly he's not. He also lost to Mustafa Ali about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So anyway, Aria Daivari is going to be having an I forfeit match against the extraordinary gentleman Jack Gallagher, who was on Mic Work. What do you think about the fact that Aria Daivari has disrespected the extraordinary gentleman so much that he now legit wants to fight, something he said that a gentleman would never do? He's gotten him to the point where he truly wants to fight him.
You know what? You don't hear words as passionate out of an extraordinary gentleman like that. However, I think he's pushed him to the point of no going back. So
right.
I love the fact that they're having an I4 match. That's fucking cool. Anybody can have a quit match, but an I forfeit match, that's a very gentlemanly thing to do.
The fact that Gallagher has gotten 5 matches out of this guy, and literally, I mean, it's been unbelievable. He's gotten 5 matches out of him. The feud's interesting. If Gallagher can make Aria Daivari a player, I mean, that's something else.
Yeah, I mean, he's sort of he's the greatest thing on WWE programming right now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the matchup, I love the hype, the Royal Rumble, but in and of himself, he is possibly the most entertaining thing on WWE TV right now.
Even more so than Paige?
Much more so than Paige.
What do you predict for Paige?
Many more bad decisions with Alberto Del Rio, and then they'll probably end up getting kidnapped in Mexico or something.
Well, that's okay. I can see that. I can see that. Makes sense to me. I'm a big Paige guy. Charlotte, Bailey. It's gonna happen. They faced off tonight. Nothing really earth-shattering outside the fact Bailey made a poem about how she will beat. She'll beat.
Wait, did you see this? This segment was awesome.
You like that segment?
I did.
Charlotte told us how she was champion.
What's that?
Because Charlotte told us how she's remained champion for so long.
No, I liked it because it almost built up this feud. It was giving me flashbacks of Daniel Bryan versus the Authority, like the B+ player, whatever, okay, but not good enough. You're not a great athlete. You're not a great wrestler who's been brought up in the wrestling industry. So I really liked it. It was like Triple H and Stephanie McMahon saying to, what's his name? To Daniel Bryan, hey man, you're a B+ player, no need to be ashamed. I think it was a good build up. And I think that it was good because this feud, and again, I don't know what happens eventually with WWE booking, but this feud doesn't seem like it's going to be one to end at the Royal Rumble after the match. I have a feeling what's her name, Charlotte, is going to do some trickery, win the match, and not have anything resolved. And I think the payoff would be at WrestleMania or around WrestleMania.
I guess I can see the parallel. I agree with you about how it's going to play out. I actually think you nailed it, but I don't know. I don't think she's as pathetic as kind of Daniel Bryan was. Daniel Bryan, not that he was pathetic, but you know what I mean. Daniel Bryan, he was just, they made him out to be a complete loser. I don't think Bayley is thought to be a loser by anyone except Charlotte. So I think the parallel is a little different, especially because everyone knows how supportive Bailey was received by Triple H in NXT. So I don't necessarily see that completely, but I get where you're going with that. But I do think you're absolutely correct by the way it's going to play out. I think that'll be to the tape, and that's fine. You know, Charlotte needs a good rival, and I don't think it's ultimately going to be Sasha Banks. I think it's going to be Bailey.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually surprised. I thought it was going to be Sasha Banks for a while, and then they brought Bailey in, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Bailey's like sort of like the lovable underdog.
Will Team PCB get back together?
PCB. I don't think so.
Paige, Charlotte, Becky. Remember PCB?
Yeah, I don't think they get back together again, unfortunately.
How about Emelina? She's coming.
She's coming. And you know what? If I was with Emelina, I'd probably be coming too.
Can I tell you that I get the joke, but it's not funny. It's stupid. Like, just cut her or release her. Do whatever you need to do. Like, I don't really understand why they're doing this over and over and over again.
I don't know, man. I mean, you know what? Maybe it's like, hey, your package sucked that we did. You haven't stolen any iPhone cases in a while. We'll give you another angle there. I mean, they sort of hitched her star to what's his name, so I can sort of see and repackage her as a heel and see, because they try to move her, they try to turn her into a heel.
Yeah.
But it really wasn't any storyline between it or that caused it. So now this will be.
How about Nia Jax jumping Sasha Banks?
You know what? It's Royal Rumble pre-show. Yeah, 2 matches.
Do you think Sasha Banks is gonna beat her?
I think she does at some point in the future. I don't think it's right away, just because I think they can make Nia Jax like almost like Braun Strowman of WWE men's division.
I was shocked when Bailey pinned her, even with the interference a couple weeks ago. You know, I was really surprised.
Yeah, well, the problem is, I mean, you have Charlotte, who's like a badass women's champion, and you have Nia Jax, who's like a badass.
Then they should just fight each other. It would be awesome.
I think it'd be great, but I think at the same time you have to sort of figure one of these guys is gonna become a favorite and take the rub from the other guy.
Would AJ Lee be a jobber right now if she was still around?
Without Del Rio, probably. We're probably pretty close.
AJ
Lee.
Would she be a jobber?
She'd definitely be a jobber.
Will Paige be a jobber when she gets back?
Who?
Paige.
No.
So she'll be a main eventer for the women?
Wait, no, I don't think I barely think that she'd be making waves in the women's division. Maybe get like a title shot here or there.
But she shot herself in the foot, you think?
Who, Paige? Yeah.
Got it.
She didn't leave on good terms. She could have. She didn't fail a drug test. Del Rio did.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I find it weird how this is all going down, so it should be interesting nonetheless. Yes. How about, you know what I'm not interested in at all? The Enzo Amore, Big Cass, Rusev, Jinder Mahal thing. I mean, it was good to see Cass and Enzo get a win, but can they end this thing already?
Yeah, it's definitely painful. I don't think Jinder Mahal is, he's just not marketable, and there's really no story behind him and Rusev getting together outside of they're both European.
They really rely on that. Hey, why is Big Show so jacked now, by the way?
I got no idea, man. I got no idea. He's prepping up for it. He probably is prepping for his WWE finale at WrestleMania, where he's going to wrestle Shaquille O'Neal.
Then why didn't he just do that during his career?
I don't know. I mean, I think I read somewhere that like he always had a hard time on the road with eating and stuff. So like he took off. I think he took off like 6 months or something, a couple of years back, and he was saying like, "Hey, if I continued on my current, like I would have been like, morbidly obese." So I think that could be something. I mean, I think that actual ab muscles that he has there are sort of bullshit. It looks like they were just like pinned in there.
Why does Alberto Del Rio in all the pictures always have his shirt off? Like in public places?
Would you have your shirt on ever?
I don't know. I just think he should have a shirt on if he's in a public place.
Well, maybe he doesn't want to get blood and sweat on his shirt when he's out brawling people and punching his brother-in-law in the nose and stuff.
You know, Del Rio's been around a long time, Kev. Doesn't one have to think that the enhancements he could be using are causing all this?
I don't know if he's using any enhancements, and I don't know. I don't believe that would really explain it. I think he's just being a dick.
But why now?
It's a good question. He certainly
Right?
doesn't. He certainly doesn't need to be one.
But why now? I don't understand why he's so out of control all of a sudden.
I guess it's because he's got money. I don't know.
Or Paige.
No, I don't think Paige has a lot to do with it.
I really hope he marries Paige soon. I really want to see them get married. I really hope it happens soon.
Do you want him to have a bunch of little Del Rios running around?
I want her to get knocked up with a Del Rio. Absolutely. That I want to say. I want to see her get fired from the WWE because I've always thought she's super snarky and bitchy. I don't like the way she treated all the Tough Enough kids. I really want to see her get fired. I want to see her get fired. It will humble the shit out of her.
Wow.
I mean, she is engaged, right, to Del Rio? Is that how I understand it?
Yeah, you got engaged a while back.
Man. Well, I know Paige proposed to him in front of 20 people. I thought that was awesome.
Oh, yeah, WFW. Did you see the video going on online where Cody Rhodes was in a match?
I saw that. Started
was-
off middle finger.
That was fucking cool. The cartwheel into the middle finger. That's something I've never even attempted.
What a fall from grace for Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
You want a little plug here? I thought you'd appreciate this.
What's that?
You guys, I'm sure this isn't a big deal because we are pro wrestling here. This is sponsored by Eric Sims, ESS Promotions. Superstars Wrestling Federations returns to Bayville, New Jersey on January 20th with Tommy Dreamer and Vader. SWF Live presents New Year's Retribution. Doors open at 7 p.m. at the Bayville Elks Lodge. Only 200 tickets available in Bayville, New Jersey. Appearance by WWE star Vader, Tommy Dreamer, SWF champion TJ Marconi, and the Five Guys members, Vinny Cenzo and Jeffrey Bravo. And then there's all these matches of all these guys I have never heard of ever in my life. Although the Patriot is on the card.
Wow. That, you know what? I could see Brian Ladden sitting front and center for this.
Like, what do you think of that? That's a card right there. I thought Vader can't do anything anymore. Why is he going to be there?
Hey, Jack.
And who's Tommy Dreamer fighting?
I don't know. Probably a heel.
Who is TJ Marconi?
Now, TJ Marconi is a name I've heard on. He's been on the Indies for several years now. He's fairly well known up and down the East Coast.
He's their champion.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
He's the guy.
He's not my champion.
Why is he not in WWE, though? TJ Marconi. Why is he not in WWE, Kev?
Well, not everybody can be in WWE.
But if he's your champ, he should be in the WWE. Or in their developmental, man. Poor TJ. Hey, listen, I like TJ. I don't even know him. He's coming to Bayville. He's awesome. I like his style. Anyway. What else happened tonight?
What were your thoughts on Sami Zayn's backstage segment with Rollins and Reigns?
It was weird and it was stupid and it actually made Zayn look really dumb when he was trying to like rally the boys like they were the new Shield. I just thought it was totally corny. I didn't get what they were going for there. It really didn't make Zayn look very good.
Nope. Definitely did not.
I did like Rollins' reaction versus Reigns. Rollins looked very confused. Reigns just shit on it. He was like, "This is stupid. You're not Ambrose." But Rollins seemed absolutely confused. I thought that was cool. Well, I mean, that match was stupid. That was a throwaway match to build the Royal Rumble up, the 6-man tag. That was stupid. That was a stupid match. I don't know if you feel the same way.
So did you? I have a topic I want to go on. A little bit off topic, but definitely wrestling related. A couple of questions for you, and Kev, feel free to chime in. This isn't something that happened on Raw tonight. Number one, did you see on Braun Strowman under his left bicep? He has an outline of the state of South Carolina, and it says hashtag country strong.
No, that's awesome.
And he's almost out of those shirts. It's good.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's a cool thing. I also noticed, and I thought this was a little creepy. Like Paige, did you notice that on Braun Strowman's knuckle, the word Poppy is written out for Alberto Del Rio on Braun Strowman's hand.
Wait, say that one more time?
The word Poppy is written out on Braun Strowman's hand.
Wow.
Then it got a little weird. It got a little weird tonight. I noticed in the dark match I watched that's only available on WWE, Bo Dallas was the inspirational Bo Dallas was taking on an NXT guy, and Bo's tights got pulled up, and it also said Del Rio on his ass. I mean, what is going on? Why is Del Rio branding all these wrestlers?
I don't get an answer for you.
Poppy. I guess I'm losing you here, Vic. Sorry about that.
What's that?
I think I'm losing you here. I'm sorry about that.
No worries. I'm still alive and kicking. I like the fact that I think this is good for Sami Zayn if they're going to keep him, to sort of get him into like a main event like this where he can sort of take a fall or show a little bit more personality that they're like.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you this. I want Sami Zayn off my TV, by the way. I just want you to know this. I've had enough of him. I want you to know that.
Wow.
Can I tell you that?
Yes, you can.
I want more Goldberg. That's what I want.
You mean Goldberg the contestant or Goldberg the wrestler?
Goldberg the wrestler. All the way.
Very nice. Who's your Royal Rumble pick right now?
I got it narrowed down to a couple people. I got it narrowed down to The Taker, Jericho, or Ivan Garrison. One of the three.
Wow. Mike Pasurchiev, you think he has it in him? Or is
if he was in it, I think somebody'd be hit with a brick and he'd be dancing. I wouldn't fight him. I wouldn't want to go head to head with him. He could win it. I mean, there's no doubt he could win it. 100%. Yeah. How about Jordan J. Garber in the Snake Pit?
You know what? I've not been following Jordan J. Garber in a long, long time. It's really a classic show. Speaking of bad decisions, did you notice? I noticed it even worked, Kev, this week during the matchup, the preview with Braun Strowman, along with Jericho and Kevin Owens. They're sort of talking strategy, and Strowman's like, "Oh fuck, we're doing whatever." And
I do what I want, and I'm coming for the title, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Former WWE champion Mickie James is booked for tomorrow's SmackDown Live, it appears.
Nice. That's nice. I have a question for you. I told you about the Country Strong tattoo on Strowman, right?
Yes.
Did you see during the interview before the match with level 6? Before the match, I had a backstage promo, and it looked like what's his name? It looked like Jericho, as well as Kevin Owens, had tattoos on their hands
that said Poppy for Alberto Del Rio.
I don't know if it said Poppy or not, but
everybody's got one.
But anyway, I noticed it, and it looked like one was like his initials. I really look at Reigns, but I don't know, it's pretty good. And I don't know. I don't like wrestlers getting like thousands of tattoos because I think it almost devalues them. Like,
It is kind of weird. They look like inmates at a prison.
yeah, I mean, shit. If you've been arrested a couple times and have to go through vodka, just fucking do it, man.
Well, you know what? Ryback would do well at prison.
He would. He's a big proponent of standing up.
Well, I don't know, man. That's all I got to say for tonight's Raw. I've seen enough tonight to know what's going to happen for Royal Rumble.
I'm pretty stoked. I think that I like the fact that they're going to have Goldberg next week as a lead-in show.
Yeah.
I mean, we've definitely said lead-in shows seem a little bit forced. It's the opposite this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think they really left it open-ended for us to interpret who we think our winner is. I don't think WWE knows yet who's going to win. I think they know what combo of matches they want for WrestleMania, but I don't think they care where the WWE title falls. So the WWE title may just be collateral to whoever wins the Royal Rumble. So they'll flex that title around as they need it. So I'm not certain they know who a winner is yet, to be honest. So I think they're still deciding up till this point, believe it or not. But they know who they want for WrestleMania. I know that. So they know their card, but they're just shuffling around the pieces. So the Royal Rumble, is what it is. One cool thing I was thinking is if Brock Lesnar wins the Royal Rumble, what would be really cool is because Brock Lesnar, really doesn't have the ground to stand on to ask Goldberg for another match because he beat him twice. Brock Lesnar should win the Royal Rumble and be like, I want Goldberg so bad that I'll forego a world title shot to have Goldberg at WrestleMania with my Royal Rumble win. That would be badass. Like, that's how bad he wants it.
Yep.
So I can see that happening. Anyway, that's about it. Anything else you want to say for this week, Big Dick?
I think I'm okay.
Killer Kev, anything you want to promote before we get out of here?
I don't know who we're going to have on the Wrestling Nerdcast this coming week. Last week we had a brief stop in with Raven. He talked with us for a few minutes, promoted his comedy show that he's doing.
What else did he have to say?
He didn't have a lot to say.
Really?
So that's why you should listen to the show.
What do you mean he didn't have a lot to say? Did it not go well?
It went fine. He just had like 10 minutes.
Did he tell us that?
Yep.
Well, at least we had him.
That's right. But if you want to find out exactly what he talked about, you got to download the show. Go to AngryMarks.com.
Was he nice?
Yeah, he was nice.
I still think the best interviewee we ever had was interview number 1 with Nigel McGuinness, where he just ripped you guys apart. That was awesome.
He's a good guy, too.
What's that?
He's a good guy, too.
He is a good guy, but I really enjoyed how hostile he was with the Angry Marks team on the first interview. I enjoyed that. But he was much nicer the second time. Oh well. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So it should be fun to watch. So we don't know who the guest is yet. Any other shows you want to promote?
Well, watch them all. Listen to them all. No, you can't watch them all yet. We're still not doing video. I don't think we're ever going to do video.
Why would we need to do video?
I don't know. Except for maybe you.
Quintastic did video.
He did.
The Sweet and Sour Report was video, and it had his cat in it, which was a nice touch.
It was.
Anyway,